Welcome to this highly critical session on implementing responsible AI across generative AI and agentic systems, with a specific focus on auditing, trace logging, data provenance, and approval workflows. Welcome to this highly critical session on implementing responsible AI across generative AI and agentic systems, with a specific focus on implementing auditing through trace logging, provenance metadata, and approval workflows. Generative artificial intelligence enables amazingly powerful creative solutions, but it absolutely must be implemented responsibly to minimize the severe risk of harmful content generation. As you deploy these dynamic, highly capable models into your enterprise, they can confidently generate content that is completely indistinguishable from human creation. To safely govern this immense power, Microsoft strongly advocates a highly rigorous, actionable four-stage process for responsible generative AI. These 4 stages are map, measure, mitigate, and manage. You must aggressively map the potential harms relevant to your specific solution, rigorously measure the presence of those specific harms in your generated outputs, implement robust mitigation strategies across multiple architectural layers, and finally, responsibly manage the deployed solution through continuous operational readiness plans. Auditing fits squarely into the mitigate and manage phases of this lifecycle. You simply cannot deploy autonomous AI agents without a crystal clear, irrefutable record of exactly how they make their decisions. In this module, we will deeply explore how to configure the Microsoft Foundry SDK to capture detailed trace logs, how to utilize retrieval-augmented generation to enforce strict data provenance metadata through explicit citations, and how to architect critical human-in-the-loop approval workflows for handling high-risk or low-confidence agent responses. By embedding these auditing mechanisms directly into your core architecture, you completely transform your generative AI agents from unpredictable, black box text generators into highly secure, transparent, and fully auditable enterprise orchestrators. Let us dive right in and begin architecting a fully transparent AI ecosystem. This configuration maps the 4 core stages of responsible AI. Implementing auditing mechanisms is an active operational requirement directly tied to the manage and mitigate stages of this iterative lifecycle. This visual demonstrates the iterative responsible AI lifecycle. Mapping, measuring, and mitigating harms leads directly into the manage phase, where active enterprise auditing utilizes trace logs and provenance checks to ensure continuous safety. The foundational pillar of any enterprise auditing strategy is comprehensive trace logging. When building generative AI applications and agentic workflows, you are essentially orchestrating highly complex interactions between user prompts, backend language models, and external data services. If an AI agent makes a flawed decision or hallucinates an incorrect response, you must be able to forensically reconstruct its exact thought process. This is precisely where the Microsoft Foundry SDK becomes absolutely indispensable. As detailed in the official documentation, the Foundry SDK specifically gives you direct programmatic access to crucial project-level features, including agents, evaluations, secure connections, and most importantly, detailed tracing. By deeply integrating tracing into your application architecture, you automatically capture an immutable, chronological log of every single operation the agent performs. This includes recording the exact system messages injected into the prompt payload, the specific temperature parameters used during generation, and the precise JSON outputs returned by the model. Furthermore, trace logging provides deep visibility into the exact latency and token consumption associated with every single generative interaction. This level of granular logging transforms a complex, opaque AI model into a highly controlled, fully auditable system. If your enterprise security team or compliance auditors demand to know exactly why an agent approved a specific transaction or returned a particular piece of advice, your trace logs provide the undeniable mathematical proof. Setting up this tracing infrastructure early in your development lifecycle ensures that debugging complex multi-agent orchestrations is a streamlined, data-driven process rather than a frustrating guessing game. It is the absolute bedrock of operational transparency and a strict requirement for responsible AI management. By utilizing the Microsoft Foundry SDK for your project connections, you natively enable comprehensive project-level features like tracing. This guarantees that all conversational threads and tool invocations are logged for auditing. This flow highlights the tracing architecture. The Foundry SDK client automatically captures telemetry from system messages, language model inferences, and external tool invocations, routing it securely to a centralized Azure tracing log. Moving beyond basic operational tracing, we must address the critical concept of data provenance metadata. When an AI agent provides an answer, the end user and your compliance auditors must immediately know exactly where that information originated. We solve this problem using retrieval-augmented generation, or RAG, powered by Microsoft Foundry IQ. RAG completely addresses the fundamental knowledge limitations of base language models by connecting your intelligent agents directly to real-time, proprietary enterprise information stored in Azure AI Search or SharePoint. From an auditing perspective, RAG delivers unparalleled source transparency. When evaluating the quality of a RAG response, you must rigorously enforce strict citation policies. Every single factual claim the AI agent generates absolutely must include explicit, highly verifiable source references, pointing directly back to the original ingested documents. These citations serve as the ultimate provenance metadata. They provide an unbroken, fully auditable chain of custody from the AI's final text output all the way back to the secure enterprise data source. This source transparency shows users exactly which documents informed each specific response, rapidly building immense user trust and enabling immediate manual verification. If a user questions the validity of an agent's advice, they can seamlessly click the citation and read the source material for themselves. By enforcing this strict citation standard in your system messages, you forcefully anchor the model's responses in actual organizational content, completely eliminating fabricated information and ensuring strict regulatory compliance. Provenance metadata guarantees that your agent acts as a secure knowledge broker rather than an unpredictable, creative storyteller. This is an absolutely critical mitigation strategy for responsible enterprise AI. Monitoring these specific citations through your automated evaluation pipelines guarantees your data provenance remains perfectly intact over time. This JSON response demonstrates perfect data provenance. The AI agent explicitly couples its generated factual answer with a verifiable citation object, proving exactly which internal document informed the generated output. This visual illustrates the RAD provenance workflow. The agent retrieves enterprise documents and, during generation, actively attaches explicit citations and provenance metadata to create a transparent, auditable response. While trace logging and data provenance handle transparency, we must also implement strict, active governance over the agent's autonomous actions. This introduces the absolute necessity of human-in-the-loop approval workflows. Modern AI solutions often rely on sophisticated workflows in Microsoft Foundry to orchestrate complex reasoning, logic, and data transformation. Workflows provide a declarative, visual way to orchestrate these actions, combining AI agents with rigid control flow. However, AI agents are inherently probabilistic. They will occasionally encounter highly ambiguous requests or generate outputs with very low confidence scores. To manage this uncertainty securely, you must proactively apply human-in-the-loop and escalation patterns directly within your workflow architecture. An approval workflow acts as a mandatory, secure checkpoint. For example, if an agent is analyzing a customer's refund request, and its confidence score falls below your strictly defined threshold, the workflow must actively halt the autonomous execution. It then securely escalates the structured JSON payload to a human operator's queue. The human operator thoroughly reviews the agent's proposed action, examines the attached provenance metadata, and makes a final, authoritative decision. Only after the human explicitly approves the action does the workflow resume and execute the final API call. By implementing these human-in-the-loop escalation patterns, you drastically reduce the risk of catastrophic autonomous failures. You ensure that highly sensitive business processes always remain strictly under human supervision, while still benefiting from the immense speed and analytical power of the AI agent. This approach perfectly balances automated efficiency with responsible AI governance, creating a highly resilient, fully auditable operational framework. These approval workflows must also be tracked in your trace logs, creating a complete historical record of both the machine's recommendation and the human's final authorization. This logic demonstrates an escalation pattern. By continuously checking the agent's confidence score, the workflow automatically intercepts uncertain decisions and actively forces a secure human-in-the-loop approval process before execution. This diagram showcases the human-in-the-loop approval mechanism. To further enhance your auditing capabilities, you must closely examine how your AI agents interact with external systems using custom tools. Generative AI models are incredibly powerful at understanding text, but they naturally operate within a strict knowledge boundary. By integrating custom tools, you seamlessly extend the agent's capabilities to interact with APIs, databases, and secure internal services. However, this extended reach introduces significant new risks that must be aggressively audited. This is where the strategic implementation of function tools becomes critical. As highlighted in Microsoft's documentation, used well, the function tool definitively turns a model from a simple text generator into a sophisticated orchestrator that can reliably interact with real, live systems in a highly controlled, fully auditable way. When an agent decides it needs to execute a tool, such as querying an inventory database or submitting a support ticket, it halts generation and outputs a highly structured JSON object containing the specific function name and its exact required parameters. This structured tool invocation is an absolute goldmine for auditing. Your application code captures this exact JSON payload, records it in the trace logs, and securely executes the local custom code. By forcing the agent to communicate through these rigid, explicitly defined tool interfaces, you establish incredibly clear, heavily monitored operational boundaries. You can track exactly which agent invoked which specific tool, the exact data it requested, and the precise timestamp of the execution. This granular level of tool auditing is fundamentally essential for detecting unauthorized access attempts, debugging complex multi-agent collaborations, and definitively proving that your AI solutions strictly adhere to your organization's rigorous security compliance standards. This JSON payload is generated by the model when it invokes a custom function tool. By capturing and logging this precise, structured data, you maintain an absolute, auditable record of the agent's intended external actions. This flow highlights the auditable tool execution process. The AI agent generates a structured JSON payload to call a tool. The system meticulously logs these exact parameters before safely executing the code against the real-world API. In our final slide, we synthesize these powerful auditing concepts into the ultimate stage of the responsible AI lifecycle: manage. The manage stage dictates that you must govern your generative AI solution responsibly by defining and meticulously following a comprehensive deployment and operational readiness plan. You cannot simply implement trace logging, provenance metadata, and human-in-the-loop approval workflows and assume your job is completely finished. You must actively and relentlessly monitor this telemetry in production. A cornerstone of this operational readiness is implementing a phased delivery plan. Instead of launching your AI agent globally, you release it to a small controlled pilot group. During this crucial pilot phase, you aggressively audit the generated trace logs to verify that the agents are invoking their custom tools correctly. You thoroughly inspect the RAG citations to guarantee your data provenance remains perfectly intact and entirely free from hallucinations. Most importantly, you closely monitor the frequency of your human-in-the-loop escalations. If your human operators are constantly overriding the agent's proposed actions in the approval workflows, your telemetry clearly indicates a massive flaw in the agent's underlying system instructions. You must use this real-world, highly objective feedback to iteratively refine your prompt engineering strategies, tighten your content safety guardrails, and retune your workflow routing logic. Responsible AI is an ongoing, dedicated commitment to continuous improvement. By heavily instrumenting your architecture with these robust auditing mechanisms, you ensure your enterprise generative AI systems are exceptionally transparent, perfectly reliable, and fully accountable. Thank you for joining this session. Please like, subscribe, and visit quicktechie.com for premium certification prep, including massive Q&A banks, ebooks, audiobooks, and interview guides. This conceptual auditing script calculates the frequency of human-in-the-loop escalations. A high escalation rate objectively proves that the agent is struggling with real-world queries, prompting engineers to rapidly refine the model. The continuous management lifecycle. A phased pilot delivery generates detailed telemetry. Security teams actively audit trace logs, provenance, and workflow overrides to identify flaws, iteratively refining the system before global rollout.
Welcome to quicktechie.com. So just type in quicktechie.com here. Then you can go through the material which is provided by Quicktechie. So we have first of all video courses which you can go here and you can find the various video courses across the technologies as well as finance domain. So if you see in Microsoft, we have 8 programs currently running. Next, you can go through the ebooks available. So all the ebooks which are in PDF format today, and you can download this. So let me go through Microsoft certification ebooks. You can click on any of this and you can see this is the PDF available for you to download. So these are the premium ebook mostly available on quicktechie.com platform only. Now the second part is exam simulator. As we primarily focus on the all technology companies and finance domain certification preparation material, so this is a company wide listed here and you can go through this. So let me go through the Microsoft one again. You can see these are all Microsoft related certification. AB 730 exam, if you open it, so you can see here this, and all the practice papers are available here. Today we have 5 practice paper. So click on the first practice paper, it would load the questions. You can answer this question. This is way you can answer it and you can move to the next question. Now third material we wanted to highlight is an audiobook. So we started recently with the audiobooks as well, which you can listen on the go, and various technology wise ebooks are available. And at the last, this is our alumni. These people who are subscribing to our courses and this platform, they are all listed here. And at the end, I wanted to tell you, if you find any course or training or certification preparation material which you want to get us prepare for yourself, please put on the comment section. If you're watching on YouTube, on Udemy, or on this platform itself, quicktechie.com, then please put the comment, or you can even send an email to using this contact us options here. You can directly do the WhatsApp message. You can call us on this numbers as well.